What's up, everybody? I just wanted to take a minute here. Got a long drive across town and a bunch of different things. So I'm going to probably do a few different videos coming up here. So stay tuned. There's a lot that I've been learning. A lot of things are going on here. And I've been meeting a lot of real savvy people who are all at the top of their game. So it's been a lot of real good information. A lot of stuff that I've noticed now about Las Vegas that's happening here that I've seen before. And so, I mean, definitely calling myself out on my age or experience, but I don't actually give a shit because it's the experience that really is giving me the advantage here. And I think that's why business has been so good. So let's talk a little bit about what is going on in Las Vegas that maybe you don't know. Maybe I can't imagine the East Coasters know much, except maybe the headlines of the fact that the Oakland Raiders did actually purchase the piece of land that we said that they were going to purchase down on Russell, $77 million. So it's definitely going to happen, and the media's happening. In fact, if you haven't put your reservation down for season tickets, go ahead. I did. So we got that, and that's great. Is that gonna affect the real estate market? Well, actually, my research team did some amazing research over the course of the first 7 days of the official news. In the first 4, we found enough to release our results, and then we continued researching on just as continuing information. And what we found is that we did some specialized searches about the effects of a stadium, a National League stadium. We couldn't narrow it all the way down to NFL, but what the effects of a city that didn't have any of this, all of a sudden having it, and we found some very interesting things. First of all, as you may think, the land value around that site, which is what we knew a while ago. We got some intel that told us that there was mathematically there wasn't another way that it could be another property, which was great, and they were right in their theories, and so we definitely got the first finger on the pulse on that one. But you would think that land would be valuable, and it is. The problem is that the powers that be, the ones that knew that this one was coming, the people sitting around the coffee or the dinner table making this deal happen, God knows how many years previously, they already bought up that land. So unless you already own that land, I mean, you're going to probably pay through the nose there. Unless you want to throw up something that's going to, be ancillary to that traffic on a commercial piece, great. From a residential standpoint, not so much. What might happen that's interesting down there is it's got to be a big diesel truck right next to me while I'm recording, right? What might happen is you see the city start to allow Airbnb down on that side of town, which would be fantastic for real estate down there if that's what happened. Is it likely to happen? At this time, I don't see any indicators that it will. We do have some areas here in town that do allow Airbnb. Some of them we've actually recently been selling near the Strip, actually right off the Strip. And those fit. There's a couple of small pockets of that, but is it going to go widespread? I don't think so. Not anytime in the near future. We got medical marijuana now turning into recreational marijuana. They passed the bill that's been under the radar because the regulators can't figure out how to regulate. So we're in a very unique time here because we are moving forward, but we're stagnant. We're moving forward in time as a legalized state, where marijuana is legal recreationally, so you can't go to jail for having it on you anymore, which is a huge step towards recreation full on, which is right there. That has yet to be explored on how the city's going to develop in that way, and that's going to be pretty prolific. We've got about 25,000 rooftops that are slated to go in, of which I believe 14,000 have already begun around the city. What does that mean? Well, it means that new construction is about to come back because inventory is low. So they're going to take the advantage of the inventory being low, and they're going to build their own inventory. Very advantageous to people who are, first of all, builders. We have a client that's going to be coming up that might fit this bill. Builders for sure, especially boutique builders, builders from other cities who are interested in doing some kind of like a boutique build out on a small piece of land. Very popular, and you're going to start seeing a lot of it popping up around our town. Our town's about to get cultural, everybody. I don't think we're welcome. I don't think we're, as a city, we're ready for it, and that's just a joke on the side, of course, because Las Vegas is always about change. We build the most expensive buildings in the world. I heard, I think his name was Ben Bowman, or Bo Bowman. Bo Bernard, that was his name, Bo Bernard from TED Talks. I saw him talk live, and he said, Las Vegas is a pioneer of change. He said, we build the most expensive buildings in the world. Billions and billions of dollars. And then we blow them up. And we build more expensive buildings. And we do things that change the industry and pioneer change. And first we were this family-friendly environment. Now we're going after the nightclub business. Now what's next? What's next with the ones that they just blew up on the Strip? We're constantly changing. Las Vegas is very progressive. And we've got that going for us on top of everything else. What else? We've got a possible NBA stadium, but likely WNBA stadium being built right on the Strip. Right on the Strip, like a Staples Center being built right on the Strip. We've got the highest square footage being sold in Las Vegas in the high-rise condominium markets right on the Strip, across from or nearby to where the NBA or proposed WNBA stadium is going to go. And guess what? We've got our in on the inventory. I've got over 50 properties that are in rehabable condition that are perfect for cash buyers only at this point. And the cash buyers really have an advantage here buying, because by the time this legislation that's stopping these condos from taking off is done, there's going to be a built-in cushion there. Prices are definitely going to be affected when this litigation on all of these condos, which is near, it's coming, is over. And by that time, the right buyer of these properties will have them rehabbed already, and they'll have them ready to go on the market, ready to be loaned on. So we've got that going on, which is amazing. Then right up the street from there, and literally a stone's throw from there, from the NBA stadium and the condos I just spoke of, literally a stone's throw, is going in a whole new progressive concept again. It is now going to be, Las Vegas is about to blow up. It is about to blow up. It's about to go freaking crazy with new stuff and new things that the world hasn't seen before. They're doing a new kind of a resort now. The resort of the past, these typical, Las Vegas resorts, and the way these megaliths that we have on these enormous properties, they're about to get a major upgrade in their design and function. You're going to see properties that have huge amounts of acreages right on the Strip, and they're going to be building all-inclusive indoor-outdoor resorts, things that you would see in nowhere else in the world. Combinations of like tropical paradises and hotels and shopping and entertainment, and what's on the slate is mind-blowing. What's that mean for real estate? Well, it means a lot for the economy, that's for sure. What does it mean for the real estate? Well, real estate that's close by it, which right now is just available in the high-rise condos, it's going to blow up. It's going to be fantastic. Those prices are likely going to see the first of the movement. The second that I think is going to happen is you're going to start seeing the properties that are in the areas where the people who are going to be participating in this type of a booming economy, which is people that live on the Strip, work on the Strip, have shows on the Strip, have money to spend, are going to want to be in areas that have low days on the market where they can get a lot for their value. Why? Because Las Vegas is already so far below the market, not as much as Florida, but pretty damn close. We've got more space to move before we get back up to the country average, and we will get there. What goes down also goes up. If you have any history or knowledge of the stock market, which is really the driving force, the underlying driving force still in our market, not through subprime and packaged loans this time, but directly through owning the inventory and being the banks in control of the inventory, which is exactly what's happening in our market right now, not just here locally, but also in places in many pockets around the country. It's just the shift. It's going to be the same exact thing. We have banks like Caliber that are, writing subprime loans, and it shows that if banks are doing it already, that's going to be the trend. I mean, they know their stuff. They know what they're doing. They've figured out the legal way to do what they need to do to get business going. And so you have to applaud that to the degree that things are going to continue to move. But you still need to know that the banks are now controlling the inventory. People don't know it. People don't know it. They say, oh, no, there's no more properties in the market. There's no more REOs. There's a ton. There's a ton, and they're sitting there vacant on the sidelines. Nothing's going on in them. We have firsthand knowledge of this kind of inventory. So we got that. Now, we also have something very interesting, and the only reason that I know it is because I've been driving around town. I'm out and about. I'm seeing Dignity Health, which out here is known as St. Rose, plop up a ton of satellite